Hey everybody, this is Teddy Lim. Welcome to Project Limitless. Today is day 22 of my 90-day video challenge, and today I wanted to share with you a very important lesson. It's a lesson that I actually ran into by the way of T. Harv Eker in his highly successful book called Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, which, by the way, if you haven't picked up yet, I highly recommend you do so right after watching this video. There's a lot of things that you will learn, not only about the mechanics of wealth, but also about yourself. And isn't that amazing when knowledge could really be broken down into self-knowledge? There's a huge gap when it comes to knowing ourselves, that it's actually what a lot of wise people have said, the longest distance you can actually travel. So let's begin. He goes over 4 obstacles that people run into when it comes to success, and it could all be boiled down to the resentment of self promotion, right? And he actually says that some of these challenges are actually quite easy to overcome if you know, and if you actually notice what it is. So without further ado, let's begin, right? The number one reason why he says you may be resenting self-promotion right now is that because you've had a bad experience. You've had a bad experience with someone who's, pressured you or gave you the hard sell into something that you may have wanted, but you may not have necessarily needed, or you haven't really discovered whether you truly want it or not yet, right? Somebody has bothered you and it's turned you off into self-promotion. He said that when you're holding into that belief, you're only holding yourself back. So what you should do is give it up and move on, right? The number 2 reason he says is that you've had your own experience of somebody rejecting you, typically from an authority figure, right? Whether it's your teacher, your boss, your parent, or a significant other, somebody that you've been trying to date, right? And it's amazing that the mind plays tricks on us and makes us think that the past always equals the future, when in reality it never is, right? It never is. When you actually go deep down and look into memories and use that as a reference, it never is. It never does. The past does never always equal the future, right? So give that up, okay? Number 3, and which is probably a really big reason, is parental programming. I was somebody that was raised into always laying low, not being loud, or not being not trying to offend anybody, right? And it's always, what I notice is that it's always held me back. It's always kept me from really getting the kind of success that I want, right? And it's something that I'm in the process of working with and working over, because it's funny, I wasn't always that way, and you probably weren't always that way. You are someone that was born confident, but something along the way, something happened, and it actually got you to be not as aggressive, or not as going for it as you were when you were a kid. So that's something I'm working on right now, and it's actually a huge aha moment for me. The 4th and final one, which was actually like a huge mirror that was placed in front of my head, was that the belief in self-promotion is actually beneath you, right? Have you all ever felt that way? I know I have, right? I've always felt as if I'm so good, I'm so special, and have this like attitude that, I felt so good that, just people should come to me because I'm so good, right? And what's funny is, no matter how good you are, whether you really are the best, right? If you have a product or service or a talent or a skill that you have to offer that you'd love to convert into something that you can monetize, something that you can package, you'd actually have to go out and tell people about it, right? People are busy, right? They go through life almost on an automatic basis, and if you are not able to interrupt that process within them, then you'll just be lost amidst like this very loud marketplace that we have. Whether I say marketplace, but it really applies to anything, whether it's through like your work, whether it's through the dating scene, whether it's through sports, right? You have to be your biggest fan. You have to be your biggest ambassador, because if you're not, then you think the other person is gonna do it for you. I don't think so, right? If you can't do it for yourself, then what makes you think that the other person can do it for you, right? So always keep that in mind, okay? To conclude this video, I wanted to tell you and wanted to let you know that to be a great leader in our industry, in your industry, whether it's sales, entertainment, sports, politics, teaching, or whether it's being a good parent, you have to be good at selling, inspiring, and motivating people around you. Because if you aren't, then you're going to be broke and you're not going to be a leader for very long, okay? So I want to continue this conversation, guys. Go ahead and follow me on facebook.com/global entrepreneur. Click on the link below, and there's a few more things I'd like to teach you about. So go ahead and do that right now. I look forward to seeing you soon, talking to you soon, and have a great day. Have a blessed evening. Cheers.